Today, we're gonna learn how to do drag makeup. Make that mug your fiercest asset. Hi there, thanks for watching. Today I'm gonna put together a drag look with the e.l.f. collections I got for Christmas. I got a whole bunch of different palettes, so we're gonna try different blues and pinks. That should be a bunch of fun, and then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna contour with NYX and hopefully get some highlights so that this is snatched for the gods.
Nothing there should be sticking up after you're done. There we go. You see that side or that side? I know I have to clean up. And then just do it to this side too. Keep pushing upwards. Keep pushing. My hair keeps getting in the way. I'm sorry, right? Okay, so now we look like we have the fattest eyebrows that have ever been invented. And I think we're looking cute. Oh, look, got that over there. I like to go in and kind of take this part and just brush it like this. Once you've lotioned on your skin, it shouldn't be really sticking. So, this part, you have to be careful because you don't want to carry what you just did with your eyebrow.
Okay, so then we're going to try and set this now with a little bit of a powder. I'm going to go over with more glue because that one didn't work. So this time I'm going to make a big glob of it. And we're just going to stick to that eyebrow. So I'm still not really happy with what the eyebrows are. So I'm going to go in just one more time with the Elmer's glue. And I'm going to make it so it sticks the way I want. You guys, depending on how thick your eyebrows are is actually going to depend on how many times you're going to need to do this. If you are a gorilla, no offense, hairy gorillas, we love you. This is going to take you 3 times like it did me. So don't worry, take your time. So let's see. Put more of this white cocaine all over your face. Just go like this and make them real happy. Make a winter wonderland up in your face. This is the only time I'm gonna say get real dirty, get messy with it. There's nothing wrong with putting a whole bunch of white all over your face. No pun intended. All over myself. It's all over the floor, all over the table, all over my computer. I have all this lighting, everything all over the place. Okay, so the next step is I'm going to try and take some of the orange in the palette here. All of my mint just died. Goodbye, mint. I guess I'm not using that color. Some cover with my Revlon. They're really handy, I love them. And we're gonna just put that right on the face. And I'm gonna do my entire face for this, because at this process, it's more about full coverage, because we're trying to block and blend. I'm going to go everywhere except for underneath here with this color and the sponge. So at this point I think this is the speed up. I've got that on. I'm gonna set it with powder now. So that's going to be my lovely white. I think it is from CoverGirl. And the eye part, I use that. And it's a lovely old Garnier skin renewal thing. And it's like supposed to help you like snatch that up for the gods. So I'm just gonna apply it underneath the eye and gonna get a good glob. And I really like to do this product with a big stick and on my eyelashes and eyelids. It always gets on my eyelashes. But get it on your eyelids as well. This product is really good because it's gonna help make underneath the blackness go away so that it looks a lot younger. 3, 2, 1. Dear Grandma, none of this is drug-induced. I promise this is all just an act. Okay, while I'm sitting here trying to decide what I'm going to go for a color pattern on my eyes, I'm going to go in with some of this cream makeup. And I'm just going to put a little bit. I'm going to put it on my eyes. And what I'm going to do is I'm putting a white down so that when I put a powder on top, it's easier to go from a white color to whatever color you're trying to achieve. Just because you're already putting on top of this, you already have your eye shadow makeup is from this. We've already placed it. So your foundation is colored. And you don't really want that. So you want this white, which is this cream makeup that I'm using. So it makes it look like I have bigger eyes than I actually do. Because what they have is a small lid instead of a big lid. So I'm gonna grab a new sponge. One that I haven't used very much. So not really new, but old, but new to this project. And I'm gonna go over it and just dab. So now that I have this white on, I'm gonna go over it with a white to seal down the color. So then I can add more color on top of it. Oh no, I'm just throwing my makeup brushes everywhere. It's okay. Everyone who has makeup brushes knows that they get a lot of abuse. So I'm gonna go in with all that orange from the color palette I have here. I'm gonna take all of that on my Still Essentials. I love them. They have amazing brushes. Go out and get a cheap pair, you'll see what I mean. It's for a girl on a budget. So you're gonna get into what I have here is a maroon. To close in here, because here's a trick. If you're a girl and you got a broken nose, or you're a lady boy, or you're just a really cute boy and want to put makeup on, if you got a broken nose right there, the closer you go in when you're contouring in your nose, so this would include this color too, because you really want to make sure that your eyeshadow blends in with your nose, blends in with your contour. You don't want to have a one-colored nose and not build up. So push in through here and push in like so on both sides. Okay, so now I have duct tape, well not duct tape, it's Gorilla Tape on my eyes. So this is going to prevent anything that messes up when I'm going in there because I want perfect lines. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and we're going to take translucent powder because we're working on the eyes. And we're going to put...
Right underneath here. So this is going to catch any of that extra eyeshadow that you don't want everywhere on your face.
With our darker colors. And I'm going to go in with a really, really nice NYX, sorry. And I'm going to go in with... I'm gonna go in with, I'm gonna say this color, and I'm gonna go all the way in through here, and I'm just gonna work this brown over. So then we're gonna go in and we're gonna do that over onto this side. I'm gonna take a little bit more of that brown, and we're gonna scoop it onto the nose.
And we're just gonna blend that in, really good. Just get right in there. I'm gonna go in on this side too.
Okay, so we're getting the nose blended. We're keeping this area alone. Blend it up through here too. Why not? Just give it a little color. So then I did the brown color there, and I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush now. It's gonna be this one. It's a really cute one. I don't know what it's called, but it's that. It's got this tip. And I'm gonna take some of that darker brown that's in the palette over here. And I'm just gonna drag that brown right where that crease is. Work my colors up. So I'm going in with a darker brown from the same palette as e.l.f. This one, going right in. And I'm just gonna work in the corner. I'm gonna take some of that darker brown there too, and I'm gonna go right under where I did with the other brown, and I'm just gonna attach it and get fun with it. So I'm gonna try. Just remember, we're gonna go in afterwards with some of this with some of the foundation, and we're gonna actually cut crease. So we just want to bring the black up into it, and then bring it over. And then I'm gonna go in again with the lighter color on the palette. So I went here and then went this way, and now I'm going here, and I'm gonna probably stop at that orange right next to it.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put a little bit of this color right here, just a little bit of it, because I'm trying to blend that in. So keep blending and blending and blending and blending.
And then I'm gonna go in with that orangey color.
And I'm gonna put it all right in the middle. I'm just gonna make it real orange in the middle. Not like Dorito, like Coco Montrese. Girl, you learn, we know. But there's some of you girls out there that are still these pageant girls that I know you live the longevity, but when it comes to
I'm gonna go down here, and I'm gonna try and cover up my beard. I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna have to start off with my harsher colors first, and go in through. Oh no. Yeah, I'm gonna start with my harsher colors first, and I'm gonna go to the tip of where I see that, and I'm gonna bring it down. Bring it down to where you believe that it's gonna fit. Okay, so now we're gonna do this, what they call a cut crease. So you're gonna take your foundation that you put all over your face. You're gonna take a brush with a pointed tip. I like to use this one. It's a it's a paintbrush, but you know, whatever works for when you're on a budget. I got it from the dollar store. So you're gonna actually go in, and you're going to paint from your eye down. Eyeshadow, Maybelline. So I'm gonna try doing some of this studio liner. I know I called it eyeshadow, but I'm like probably the dumbest company, but with the smartest intentions. Okay, so now that was the boring part, I'm going to try and take some black, and I'm going to smudge it out as much as I can to try and meet. I know I'm seeing the black here is not matching up, so I'm going to go over that a little bit more. This is when we speed it up so much more. Small with eyeliner, your eyes look smaller. So if you go halfway, it opens up those eyes. See how I only went halfway? And then a small line, which I need to do on the side. So I just gotta try and get right underneath in here. It's really tricky when you're trying to get these to match up for the first couple times, so don't feel defeated if you don't. I've had many black blurs all over my face. Just throw some fucking glitter on it and accept it. Of course, that black that we went in earlier with the small little brush again, this guy. And then we're going to do my palette and elf. I have 4 different palettes from these guys. They cost $10. 50% off. There you go. Not that I'm sorry. You weren't even part of this. Well, you were. I got this from Valley Village, and I made this little cute top thing. So whatever this is, I decided to make it. So. Once you're in there and you're blending away with your black, just sit there and just pat it down and blend and try to get that nice full line of kind of put that black all over that white now, because now what we're doing is that we're going to create like a smoky cream face moving from that eye that we just did. So just make sure to add up onto the eye part. Like, you can do whatever you want to do when it comes to your face. I'm just doing what I feel is good. Okay, so now I'm going to take this line and that one that we created with the black, with the cut, and I'm going to drag that over, and I'm going to try and make that go right into my nose. And then just keep bringing it back and forth. You really want to just take that arch right here, and you're really working that arch, really blending that back and forth in there to get that round kind of look effect you want. So now we're just going to brush all of this off my face now and brush it up towards the cheekbones. We're really focusing on building cheekbones after this. So I'm really focusing on brushing towards where that tape is, because that tape's going to act as another guide for where we're going to start contouring your highlights. So I'm really going to go in and I'm going to cut it from where that tape is. I'm going to swoop it right in here. Just finishing up on the eyes, I'm feeling like I could always go in and do maybe some nice, beautiful blue and see what that blue looks like sitting in there. But first I'm going to go over with some orange on top of where I did here underneath the brow bone, because then we're going to start building on these brows after. So I'm really starting to get some color on these, and just so we can blend these out too, because these need to be like not so ratchet. I mean, you looking at mine and you're... So now I'm gonna focus on trying to pop those colors out a little bit. And I'm gonna put a little bit of blue right here.
I want to see what that does. See if that brightens up that eyes pocket right there? We're just going to add in blue. Just blue. Nothing more. So then that really is focusing that blue tinge. And keep adding more if you're needed. Just remember, there's a lot of makeup that you can put on your face. So if there isn't enough, you can always add. But never add too much because then it's hard to take away.
Got more of that color up there. And I'm feeling like maybe I want to do a little bit more color underneath the eye. Right here, just to match those colors up. Give it a little bit of that pink that I'm looking for. I just really am looking for a color that is completely the opposite of the blue, that matches, that can blend in right between where the blue and the eyeshadow meet. See, there's that. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my contouring and highlighting kit from NYKX again. I keep saying K for some reason. Maybe it's like KYJ. It's really good for skin. I hear if you put that on your face, it gives you an automatic face look.
Here's a story. Me and my sister one time decided that we were going to go to the Shoppers Drug Mart here in Canada in Kamloops. And we were like, I don't know, 16, she must have been 18. We just heard that this trick works and we wanted those on and all of this stuff for cheap. Because we're foster kids our whole life, so we need to be on penny. So we go there and the lady's asking us what we're using this preparation H for. So we're going on, we're letting her know. All of a sudden she snatches that thing right from us and she says, I have the right to refuse your buy. And we're like, what is wrong with you? She says, I will not allow you to put this on your face. This is not for a facelift. So when you're going in to go buy it, please do not tell them that's what you're buying it for. Say you have hemorrhoids and they're falling out your asshole.
So we're back to putting this on. So what we're gonna do is what they call a rainbow. And this is all the colors of the rainbow. You should have, I believe, it was 5 colors, starting from your darkest to your lightest. So you're trying to really get your T-zones here with your highlights. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put down my softer color first. I'm gonna put it right on here, and I'm just doing the softer color just so I can get a vibe of like where am I going with this. And this is really just gonna help me get the inner of that gone. It's just because I really want the inside here to be the same kind of color as the colors I'm putting on my face. I don't want people to see that I'm not gonna be wearing a hairnet, and I'm just trying to blend it in, and I know a lot of queens say that that's tough. Okay, so we're gonna start doing this contouring of the cheekbones and the forehead and underneath the chin. So I'm gonna explain as we go and why we do it, so then it's a little bit easier for you to sit back and really watch. So I'm gonna take the darkest color I have, which is gonna be this one right here. I'm gonna get it real messy.
I'm just gonna go into the corner. So we're hiding these shadows. These shadow right here is becoming filled with all this dark. Why? Because we don't want to see that. So we're just getting, and make sure when you're doing this that you're arching it. You're really arching this so it's going into the direction you're wanting. You don't want people to go around going like this. You want to go up. You don't do swirls with your makeup. So once you got that belt over there.
So there's one color of the rainbow. Now we're gonna do the lighter color, which is gonna probably give darker color, which is probably gonna give me a little bit of light. It's got some color in there. So I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna bring it right about here and draw it right about there and continue. And I'm just gonna be making this little rainbow area. And I'm just kind of blending.
So what I'm doing is I'm creating this so it looks like an arch. So then this looks more feminine because I'm going to try and hide that man brow Neanderthal, my amazing big papa Levi Pitman decided to put in on my jeans. Don't worry guys, we both got that. We got Neanderthal forehead. I'm just stopping my out. Okay, so then I'm going to take the other color.
Which is going to be an in-between kind of a muddy color. And I'm going to go in with it with another brush just because that one is a little too thick. And I just really want a little bit on there. And I'm just going to fill it in between where you saw that. So and blending it, so then it's really giving me some more color on that forehead of blending, because you're really trying to create like an arch effect. So now that I got that marker of where I wanted for my cheekbones from the tape, I'm going to actually just remove the tape with that side so it really brings the illusion of the face to go up. So I'm just going to bring this and just kind of go inwards with it, up into the crease, just so it doesn't really look like there was a dramatic line, but there was a line. I'm also noticing that some of that glue went down, so I'm gonna actually just take that glue and blend it right into the nose color. What I like to do is, now that I've done that darker color, I'll go in with a little bit more of a lighter, but it's a little bit more bronze. So I'm getting that color and I'm putting it in through the neck here, and I'm going underneath here too with that same lighter color, because I'm wanting to create this shadowy blending effect. Some of the highlights up. So I got all of that. Now I need to focus on doing this one highlight here. So this is always a good one. You want to take your white shadow, your white highlighter, I mean, and you want to cut that crease right. Wrinkles as I'm getting older, and I'm gonna diffuse that with some of that light. So I'm gonna put that shimmer, and I'm gonna put that shimmer right all over that middle of that forehead, right, just so you can see that. And then I'm gonna go in with I'm gonna do my nose now, and I'm gonna go in with a very light hand. And I just really wanna it's an exclamation mark. So you go down and you dot. So I'm going in again with that highlighting, and I'm gonna take this with one of these brushes again, my little favorite one to kind of smooth everything out. Eyes here too. I'm gonna pop this area with a little bit more of this shimmer. I'm going with this shimmer right here.
And just kind of popping it right where I feel. Right there is always really good. So then I'm gonna go in again. With that brush, that one that we use to
contour or to draw the lines. And I'm gonna go in with a lighter brown, and I'm just gonna start kind of etching out where I want my nose to kind of be. Bringing this down, and we're actually just drawing in more of the nose contour. I really want to bring it in and focusing on making that one area right here really tiny.
Really tiny. And then just kind of bring in your nose contour to the tip right here with that same color. You're trying to make it. There you go. And you're just blending it in as you go. Blending in always helps. So then I'm going to take this and I'm going to go over this again and get rid of some of that because there was a little bit too much excess. And I'm going over and I'm dabbing it just so it looks like it's...
And then we'll come right back into it with... See how I did a thick line is because I didn't really enjoy what I was doing with it, so now I had to go back in and listening to what I've been telling everybody. So I'm gonna go in with a better. And so now I'm at this point, and I could clearly see that I am gonna need to start and build up more on those colors. So instead of freaking out like normal people would do, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna push it up. So I'm gonna go like this. And see how that cuts out? I'm just gonna go over some of like my highlights and my contour again because I feel like I could go a lot darker with this look.
It's my money ground. It's my money ground. It's my money ground.
So I'm just filling in like these areas with a little bit more of that dark color I have in my palette. This is going to be a process again. I'm only dabbing at the darkest color I have too. And I'm going in and I want to feel that arch that I have created. So I created an arch all the way up through here. So I kind of want... Thank you for watching my video, and if you'd like to subscribe, please press here, or here, or here, or here, or wherever they're gonna put it. Also, if you want to follow me on Soundcloud, and you like some of the music that was played today, I do have 7 albums out right now on Soundcloud for you to listen to. Composed, DJ'd, CEO of Levi Inc. Music, recording artist, all on the brink of my own self and my own justification.
It's my money ground. It's my money ground. It's my money ground.